Recording in progress.
All these people out there think this message is just for you. All right, we got a special edition coming up right now of Alan Parsons Project featuring Beck.
Coming at you.
I'm wearing my hair is a mess because I haven't had a haircut. So I'm doing my movie director film person impersonation by wearing a baseball cap. Yeah. Oh yeah, I need one of those and I need one of those lenses that you can look through that hangs from your neck, like the directors use. So they can. That'd be pretty beautiful. Oh, that's hilarious.
We are live at C. Quentin.
Oh,
thank
here
God.
it is.
It finally
So
worked.
everything you said.
No. Yeah, everything I said is wrong. It's recorded on the Zoom, but everything they didn't hear. So they're just like, why is Hao just talking? There's too many buttons on this thing, and we've got to hire an operator one of these days. So, all right, we should be back.
JT, you could be a little louder too, I think.
We are doing it live. So.
Yeah. So this is what it is. This is kind of a backstage view. And for those that are watching the podcast, if you see my waving my hands and stuff, there's a fly that has been in our house for like 5 days that we can't catch, and it's like now in my office. So anyway,
There's a fly in my suit.
Exactly. So now that everybody can hear me, we welcomed Hal, his soundstage. I made a Spinal Tap joke about the Doral and Coral Sea of Marty DeBerge. Anyway, we'll move on from that. And I noticed that JT is sitting in C. Quentin he's in the prison from Thunder in Paradise. So how are you doing tonight, JT?
I'm great. It's good to see you guys. I haven't seen you since that faithful weekend in Florida, and haven't really talked to anybody a ton.
We said at the end we'll eventually do something when we feel like talking to each other again.
Yeah, so. I know that's the shtick. It's interesting though because
it's the shtick, but it's true.
I mean, it's
Todd had to work for 2 days. So
I will say this is the one year when we walked off of the stage where I was like, you know what, I'm ready to do this again. I didn't want the break. I was like, you know what, let's roll right into the next one. And then
what's the next city? What's the next city? Are we on our way to Cleveland?
We need shirts with a tour on it, I felt very similar, and I have to give a shout out to everybody who helped us. There's so many names.
We're going to name them all tonight.
We're going to name them all. We'll go run through the whole program again.
It'll be like Romper Room.
Yeah. With a little mirror.
Mirror.
Yeah. So, and coming in from the city of brotherly love, Mr. Brian P. Miles wearing his RetroMagic shirt. How are you tonight, Brian?
I couldn't be better. I've had no caffeine all day because I have a medical test in the morning that I'm not allowed to have any caffeine. So I've got some pink lemonade.
There we go.
I'm not even allowed to have decaffeinated stuff. So me going through a day with no soda is not a pretty sight.
Well, I got a spindrift, so we'll best we can.
All right.
Isn't that a boat?
Spindrift? No, that's is it? Is it a boat? I don't know. This is the pineapple sparkling water. It's really good.
Okay.
All right. So as you can imagine, this is episode 100. We're going to do
JT, what are you drinking? As long as we're we're filling time here.
I have a Great Lakes Christmas ale. They're out.
Oh,
it's beautiful.
Christmas ale already.
Wait,
I'm drinking a Zinfandel from the Rombauer Vineyards in California.
Nice.
That's like perfect.
I feel like at this point, since JT's drinking the Christmas ale, I have to do the turnaround and
look
I saw this today.
Won't get decorated for a while, but the tree is up. So
that's good. It's a start. That's the beginning.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
It is.
Don't do that. That's the worst. That is the worst Instagram caption. Every suburban girl. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas when the wreath comes out or something.
Yeah,
I'm doing it.
You gotta. No, don't do it, JT. Don't do it.
I'm gonna get a menorah just to counter that, and I don't know, whatever the candle thing is from Kwanzaa. I need to get one of those too, so I can represent
the unity candle.
The unity candle. Right.
Candle.
I got to represent my people.
Do it all. Well, it's good to see everybody again.
Yes.
Say hello.
We will have a Christmas party too in like 6 weeks on YouTube. So.
Yeah, it's funny because everybody watching, what are we up to now? 98 people. You're kind of watching us reconnect in real time. We haven't really said much to each other, so this is you're joining us too again. If you were at Retro Magic, it's all of us getting back together again.
So I've added the little music here for you, Brian. I don't know if it's coming through on your end.
I can't hear it.
Yeah, it's going to hear on YouTube. I got a little begin to look like Christmas coming in. So.
Oh, well, the song's all right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which version?
I just hit Spotify here. It looks like it went to Mr.
Bing
Bubble.
Crosby.
Mr. Bubble.
Yeah. Mr. Bubble?
Mr. Blue Bay.
Oh,
Mr. Bubbles, yes.
I didn't know he did albums too. That's amazing. What a range.
That's right. So I don't know if Zoom is even recording this, but this is just for the fun of our listening audience.
I like the Dean Martin one.
Oh, well, if you have to edit this and it's not there, then you can throw it all in. How's that?
Okay.
All right.
We're going to get a copyright strike now. Thanks, Todd.
Yeah, we already did that.
Hello, everybody, anyway.
Yeah, hello. So, all right. So, episode
Festive.
100.
Oh, Festivus.
Is this officially
Festivus.
100?
It is
This
officially. It's the official 100. We have more than 100 episodes, but it's officially the official 100th episode.
That's crazy. That's very exciting.
It
101
is.
is next, and it's 102.
So wait, so the next one will be a giant failure because it'll be 101 in Disney lingo.
That's true.
It'll be broke down.
True. It will be. It will be.
And it's supposed to be about Tom Sawyer Island, so
but look at that. That's perfect.
Yeah,
That's perfect. That's what we have on the docket. Speaking of that, did anybody catch in our opening film for Retro Magic? I kind of timed the keel boats and Tom Sawyer Island and the Liberty Bell all at the decrescendo of the music where it's like wah wah. So that was partially on purpose.
I could hear the tears in the audience.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
I remember in the vein of that, when we first did our first event at the Living Seas Pavilion, and you put in that picture of Horizons being demolished. Everyone just went, oh, like the groan from
even the fish in the tank were like,
they were.
We lost our neighbors. So, all right. Well, I'm curious out there. I don't think we can put a poll up. I don't know. No, it doesn't look. Oh, we can start a poll. So we're gonna throw a poll up here. This is neat.
A Festivus poll?
Did you attend Retro Magic 10? So start poll. We're throwing it out there. A little interactivity for those of you that are listening to this months later. I'm sorry you can't participate, but
I clicked yes.
Oh, good. That's good. That's good. So we've the numbers are coming in. This is like live. We're like tabulating the votes here.
Let's go to the map.
That's right. Well, the magic map. Come on. They're coming in from Florida hot. A lot of them attended. All right. So we'll let this run for a few minutes here. So a handful have not so far. So it's good to know.
All right. Well, let's do a show for everybody anyway.
That's right. That's right. So for those of you who didn't attend, and for those of you listening that may not know what Retro Magic is, every year to year and a half or so, sometimes 2 years, we put together an event in Florida where we invite Disney Imagineers and people, past presenters and performers, and we bring them together for 2 days to discuss all sorts of things, looking back at the history. The Imagineers tell all these stories about things that you may have never heard. Well, this is where we've coined the term Muck Watch, and we've had Spectro Magic sessions and sessions on, oh my gosh, just about everything you can think. Tonga Toast and the Hand Witch and Richard Nixon, going back to our original one, and the Epcot logo. So if anything of Walt Disney World history interests you for any reason, this is it's definitely something you may want to attend. So with that said, about 75% of the listeners online did attend, and 25% did not. So we'll see if that changes.
Thank you, 75%.
What's that? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, 75%.
You supported us, and we came out even this year. We're not in debt. We're going to be able to bring you at least another year's worth of fun and content. So, all right. So with that, we held our last event just 5 weeks ago, and it was quite an event. As House said, we came away from this one feeling really, really good. So I think, gentlemen, what we should do is probably run through kind of a synopsis of. I got to go bring up I forget where we've closed out all the files. I have to go find now.
Do you have a program?
I have to get a program. Do you have it handy?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
I did not get a program. I only made them. I did. I mean,
I seem to recall there was a website that had the schedule on it. If that's
true.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I'm thinking that was shut down. I thought
Although maybe we pulled it down.
I think we pulled it down.
Oh, it's on our website though, right? The RetroWDW.com /
All right. I suppose I'll bring that up. If you all haven't guessed tonight, we're working this one by the seat of our pants.
We are as highly organized as we ever are.
Yes.
We have top men working on things today, aren't there?
It's kind of this is kind of a behind the scenes of how we operate. So let's see. RetroMagic June 25. No, that tells us to go there. So I can pull it up, but all right, here I do have it up here, gentlemen. I'm going to drop the link into Slack for you. So I'm impressed with the people that hang out with us too for an hour as we banter, fix audio, and try to put this all together in some sort of.
They're just waiting for the good stuff.
That's true. We got behind the scenes photos.
Good stuff.
Yeah, there is. So we've got some really cool things. So, all right. So this was on. Gentlemen, should we first talk about the VIP event because not everybody was able to attend.
Sure. if you don't want to talk about all the laborious setting everything up,
well,
the best Lake Buena Vista Village display ever.
All right. Well, let's go back in time then. Let's talk a little bit about our arrival there. Right. I arrived on Wednesday. What's that?
He came by aeroplane.
I did use the aeroplane.
He had a 4-door sedan.
The Earth is without form.
That's right.
Two tiny amoebas.
First the Earth cooled, then the dinosaurs came.
Well, first he bought his ticket.
Not that far back.
It was a great ticket. No, so Brian, you got there a little early. We all met. Friday was our setup time, and our crew came in from our AV company, and the Miles family arrived.
Let me give the 60-second dinner story on Thursday night.
So, okay,
we planned this dinner for the California Imagineers flying in, and a couple of them got there earlier in the day. So it's like 8:00 at night. We're up at. What's the restaurant at the top of the hotel?
Top of the world.
No. Topolino Terrace. I always forget. I always confuse that in the Riviera with the
top of the Coronado.
But anyway, whatever's up there, Destino, isn't it? Destino's but whatever. So
that's a pizza place in Arkansas.
Yeah. So we're up there, and we had a someone working with us from the resort who had called ahead and told the general manager, like, hey, they're bringing this group up and there's some Disney legends there, and can you make sure that you have these two odd reservations combined and see, get them a nice seat and everything. We get up there and it's packed, and they put us like in the middle and like the loudest table in the dining room. Like we're all just staring at each other like, could you pass the milk, please?
Yeah, it was loud.
So as we sat down, Todd points to like the VIP glass wall dining room and says, is there any chance we could sit in there? And this look of absolute terror came over the face of the young gentleman who was seating us. And he said, let me go talk to my manager. And he goes back and he comes back and he shakes his head. Yes, but we need you to go stand back at the hostess stand while we get the room ready for you. So they get the room ready. We're there about 5 minutes. They then bring us into this room for what seats like 16 people.
Yeah,
I think there were 8 or 9 of us.
Yep.
But 3 of them weren't there yet. They were en route from the airport. So we're sitting there, just like 4 of us or whatever it was.
This giant room.
And all of a sudden, like the entire kitchen staff, the manager, the general manager, all come in, and it was like the Von Trapp kids saying goodnight for the evening. Like so they come in and they carry in these trays of antipasta and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just the five of us. Like Tony Baxter's not there yet.
Right.
Russell Brower's not there yet. And they put this whole like, oh, we're so thrilled to have you with us this tonight. And so then they leave. And then Tony and the folks from California, the rest of them get there. And they didn't come in the room for like 25 minutes.
Exactly.
Like we're all sitting there like this half-eaten antipasta. Tony's like, I'd kill for a drink right now. Like, and so we had a great meal, but that was the kickoff to our night.
That was great. And we had a wonderful dinner. It was a great time. It was really nice. And we closed the place out.
People saying Toledo in the chat. Yes, it was
Toledo. Yes. I remember we left and then like they were kind of like peeking through. It was like 11:30 or something. Like, oh yeah, we should probably leave. And I think they were sweeping us out of there. So.
Yeah, we were
so that was great. Thank you, Brian. I forgot about that. That was a lot of fun. So
it's all the anecdotes, Todd.
Yeah, it is. It is. So we got down there the next morning. Now, many of you may or may not know we had a lot of challenges with audio and electrical outlets and AV this year, and I have to give a nod and a special thanks to CCR, who did our AV this year, was able to work with us and give us a great rate and work with us.
I understand that they were born on the bayou.
They were born on the bayou, exactly.
Ain't no senator's son either.
So, but they did a wonderful job, and the Miles family got there early, as did all of our volunteers to start setting up.
Yeah.
And I think we were pretty much set up in record time, where I left midday feeling very confident that everything would be ready to roll the next day, and real big shout out to everybody that helped us.
Yeah, so. we had to be out of there by about 3 on Friday to be able to shower and dress for the VIP event that was at the Living Seas Lounge, which was a grand success. It was our first chance to see Kim Murphy reunite with his Imagineer buddies, and I guess we should start off by talking about how awesome Kim Murphy is.
Oh yeah, that was so. There was a funny moment before we led up to that. So let's talk a little bit about the event at the Living Seas, and then I'll get to the funny Spinal Tap moment. So for those of you who didn't attend the VIP event over at the Living Seas, we had a nice spread of cheeses and fruits, and then we had a buffet dinner. And we had an open bar, and so people start streaming in, and we've got Tony Baxter, and we've got Tom Morris wasn't there yet, but Tim was there. I think Russell Brower showed up, and then I get this Tom Nabby, and I get this panicked text from Tony Baxter, and it's like, can you help us out? Because he was helping Kim Murphy behind the scenes with Brooke and a few others to get Kim Murphy into the building through the back access, because Kim can't walk a long distance, and we wanted to get in the easiest way in. So he's telling me where he is, and he's like, you have to go to the back door of the lounge and come through this other door. And I'm like, what are they talking about? I have no idea. So I speak to our hostess there, who was helping us, our planner, and I said, do you know where in the building this is? So she goes, I think it's on the other side of the conference room. So we go through the conference room, and gentlemen, as you know, that leads to the larger room where we had Goofy. So we go through 2 doors, and all of a sudden, she and I are on the roof looking out down, right? So obviously they weren't there. We went back the other way through a couple corridors, and finally, literally, we opened the door, and there's Tony and Kim standing at the top level of the Living Seas Pavilion, up near the top of the escalators. And there they come in. So it's kind of like a Spinal Tap, Rock and Roll Cleveland, with everybody walking behind the scenes.
Yeah, the best part about that was Stacy from Disney turning to you and going, I didn't even know we had an entrance on this side.
I didn't know you could get in from here.
It shows you what kind of Mickey Mouse program we're running here, because, Todd, when you went out there, Lily and I were already out there waiting on Kim. We were back there.
On the other side.
On the other side.
No. We went out on the roof there. We went
down.
Oh, you were? Yeah, we're out there, and I go, they got to be here somewhere. There's only one way. So we start walking around the entire pavilion, and as her and I are going, the cast members start to notice us. They're starting looking. I'm going to Lily. Just act like you know what you're doing. Don't look at them. Don't make
little
eye
10-year-old girl, look like you know what you're doing.
And then we go around. We go around another corner, and there's a full-on Disney employee in a complete scuba outfit. He finally stops us. He goes, "Are you guys guests? What are you doing?" And I just go, "We're at an event. This is really weird to explain, but we're looking for somebody. I know where I'm going." And he's like, "Okay." And then we went back, and I go, "We got to get out of here. We're gonna get in trouble."
Actually, Todd, I think the part of the story that I love that you left out is that Tom Nabby called us from the Coral Reef restaurant.
Oh, that's
saying,
right.
Where are you? Where
are you now? And we kept trying to find him, and
yeah,
we
he
set
already had a
people
table,
down.
and he ordered an appetizer, I believe.
Yeah. And you know, if people have park admission, it's very easy to get in, but it's challenging, much more challenging now, to be able to bring a lot of people in backstage, or even bring items in. Anybody. You know, just so we had to make some special arrangements to get the special VIP gift and things
Thanks
like that.
Person who stole Buzzy.
Yeah, exactly. So. All right. Oh, and Keith says Tony Baxter was late to World Showcase Lagoon after dinner because he had to take one of the Imagineers' stuff back to his car, and the cast members initially wouldn't let him back into the viewing area.
Oh my gosh!
Do you know who I am? Do you know who
you got to do the Bob Gurr thing where you just walk in and you're like,
just say,
"I'm Bob Gurr. Try to stop me."
Right, exactly. So, but that was a very nice evening. We had a great time, and then we got the nice
told some great
area
stories, and
yeah,
you know, we got our why am I blanking on his name? Jim
Caskill.
Jim McCaskill, who ran the pavilion there and opened it for United Technologies, kind of gave us a little like sneak peek in the back rooms and was telling us some of the history of what went on there before people arrived, and it was really it was a special night, and the fireworks were a nice addition from Disney to give us that viewing area. It was a really good viewing area.
So going to your comment earlier, Brian, about Kim, he was very moved for us having them there because you know, we wanted to honor his input to the pavilion and the design, and as we'll talk a little bit later, Tony Baxter handed over the keys to the seas, so to speak, when Tony's vision was changed to what Kim and Tim had come up with. But we had Jimmy Mulligan, an artist, put together a piece for that night where we gave everybody a print of this piece of art, and there was definitely a twinkle of Kim's eye in the Poseidon part of the artwork. And if I can find a picture, I'll bring it up here so those can see if they haven't seen it yet. And Kim was very moved by that. Definitely had a couple tears in his eyes, and he was really, really happy. And all weekend he kept saying, and his daughter kept saying how wonderful it was to be part of this and be there with us. So for those that don't know, Kim had some medical challenges over the past year, so it's we're very lucky that he's still with us and was able to share all those stories with us.
Yeah.
And JT and I found out the right answer to something that we have gotten wrong on the podcast over and over again.
Never happened.
Which was the name of the Jewfish. And I forgot what it is now. So what
I know, I do too.
It's right. You came up to me that night and said his name wasn't Norman.
It's not Norman.
And you told me something else.
It was another N name, wasn't it?
Now I'll have to ask Jim McCaskill that
his wife is the one that told us.
His wife.
She's great.
What a delight that woman is, by the way. I'm just gonna say.
Okay, Bunny says,
I can't believe you forgot it.
Her favorite part was when Tony Baxter wandered over to our table and started telling us that Star Wars and the Wizard of Oz were the same thing. That sounds like an episode in itself. So, oh my gosh, I don't know what that is. But gentlemen,
I remember when they met the Munchkins in Star Wars because of the Jawas, right?
Those are the Jawas, or the Ewoks,
and the Ewoks, and
we represent the banking guild, the banking guild,
and the little guys who rip the droids apart at
those are the Jawas,
City and Empire Strikes Back.
Those guys, yeah.
Another item, gentlemen, I don't know, you guys weren't there when this happened. So we met with Stacy, the Disney Stacy. We have a Stacy on our team too. And she escorted us into the elevator. And Jim McCaskill gets in. He goes, "Do you know this is the most expensive elevator in the world?"
Oh, yeah.
And I said, "No, tell me the story." So he says that when United Technologies was building this, they only wanted the best. And this elevator goes maybe 1-2 stories maximum, right? It was some ridiculous like $85,000 elevator at the time, or $1 million.
The fish's name was
ridiculous.
Orson. Thank you, Kathy
Orson.
Matthews.
Oh, there we go.
The fish's name was Orson.
Very well. Anyway, some ridiculous design elevator that was supposed to go over 60 stories, but they put it in there anyway, and it was ridiculous, but because they only wanted the best. So whether it's not the most expensive, it's probably the most expensive for the distance that it lifts people. So
it's totally overkill.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's huge.
I mean, it's like putting the new ZR1 motor in like a commuter car that drives just 5 feet every day. It's
exactly.
just absurd.
It is.
It's just absurd.
It's huge. It's brass. It's mirrors. It's all sorts of stuff. But then apparently all the mechanics are just like over the top of it too. So
yep.
But so anyway, all right. So with that said, let's move on to the next day. We kicked off a little ceremony with our opening video. And as Brian pointed out, I was in a very stressful situation. Not family or anything like that. I was getting very stressed at making this opening video. And Brian and Hal and JT are like, just reuse the same music as last time. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. So this is...
We had it custom made for us.
Yeah, so why not use it? So I reused it, and we do have another version of that song actually that's very good too. So
is it the disco version?
The dance remix?
It's the earlier version, which we thought
the
was
Miko.
The Miko
theme from RetroWDW.
It had a little. I think we initially thought it had a little too much happily ever after type in it, but it's still really, really good. So I was stressed because I had no butler. Oh yeah, I did not get a butler this year, but that's okay. We didn't need one. Went really, really smooth.
Todd, I have a picture of me holding your suit jacket, so I was basically your butler for like.
Oh, you did.
That's true.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Servant.
All right. So after that, we had Ted Linhart come on stage for It Belongs in a Museum. For those of you who don't know, Ted Linhart always brings all the different historic documents and things. So he brought along a lot. And gentlemen, did you see the heritage auction that's going up? All the Epcot stuff that's on there, a lot of the original Spaceship Earth designs, the blueprints, and a lot of the script, and a lot of other. You remember how Ted always says a lot of the things are reading that would put you to sleep. This is like reading. These are things that you would want to read. So go check out Heritage Auctions and look up Spaceship Earth. You'll see some pretty cool things. All right, Brian, I'll turn this one.
And you can find all of Ted's stuff at DisneyDocs.net.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost as good as seeing it in person, but there's more.
Yeah,
but the only way to see it in person is to come to RetroMagic.
That's correct.
Or if you go to Ted's house.
If you can take him out for dinner, he might let you come see it. I don't know. And it's also it's a sensory experience of multiple things. Not only do you see it, he'll let you touch it, but those old papers kind of have a smell to them.
They can have a smell to it. They smell like Walt's cough.
That's
it's
right.
It's a worry though, because you open these things and you feel like I'm gonna do some damage, like just by you open a book and the binding gives like that feel sometimes.
Yeah. Oh,
he's cool with it. That's awesome.
I will say, if you were inclined to be interested in the facts and figures behind Walt Disney World, do go to that site, because you can go through these documents in fine detail, and they have attendance figures and how the uptime of attractions and things that you never thought in the world that you would have access to. And he is, I think, by far like one of the best resources. If you're a real hardcore Disney nerd, it's like, do go to that site and look through what he's got, because it is amazing. And he has opened up so many facts for us that, things that we had conjectured on, and he's got the actual proof there. So
yep.
do go visit that, because it's and be ready to lose hours.
Yeah.
And as Teresa just mentioned in the chat, he's got some early MGM documents, so she got to see about Gertie the dinosaur's development in there. And that's the perfect opportunity for all of us to wish Teresa, who is a member of the Five Timers Club, a happy birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Teresa.
All right, happy birthday. Hey, we can sing it now because it's out of the copyright.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
You sang something else we'll talk about.
I did sing something else.
All right. So it's funny, the website is wrong, so I'm going back to your actual program, your publisher file. I have it open here, Brian, because that's
because somebody kept making changes.
We never make changes. All right, so this first one, the next one was Start Me Up, the opening day cast and crew. So that was part of the first set. So Brian, you want to go through with what you did with that?
What did I do with that? I don't remember. It was 5 weeks ago, and I had like 8 panels during that weekend.
Is that the opening crew, or is this something else?
Well, we did the opening crew. We moved that around, Todd, because we did that after lunch.
Yeah.
We were supposed to open the show, and if you remember what happened was,
that's right, we moved that.
We moved everything around to accommodate Kim being able to do his panels in the morning. So
your program book must have been changed.
We did actually. I can jump in here because I was on stage. We did Fun for a Penny next. That was
that's
right. The correct one.
So I do have it in the correct order on the website.
All right, so I'm going back to the website. That's what I'm going to use. Gentlemen. So fair
enough. Hal and I, along with Fox Nolte and TNT Amusements Todd Tuckey, got to take the stage and talk about the Main Street Arcade where Hal Bauer spent a lot of time.
I did because I'm a loser.
No.
And it was great arcade. So we got to talk about Fox went through the history of why penny arcades exists, which was absolutely fascinating. Early inventions. Basically, it turned out it was all about monetization, which isn't it every technology about monetization. So it was taking things that people had made, like movies and automatrons, and like hooking them up to nickel machines, so that way you could actually make a buck off of them and sustain them, and which was really cool. And then we went into a little bit of what we knew existed in the arcade in the early 70s, and then Todd was able to talk about and made a great video.
Yes, he did.
The differences between electromechanical and purely mechanical arcade machines.
All right. So here's where we get to tell an anecdote. So Todd sends us that video, about 6 weeks before the event, Hal?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Tammy's immediately like, I told my dad, you guys probably can't use the whole thing. Like, that's a lot of time to take up. And Hal and I both watched it. We're like, this video's fantastic. We're not cutting any of the 7 minutes out.
Now, gentlemen, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to play something here. Is that after this, I found a little clip on YouTube. And Brian, you said that this is how to make these machines, and we talked about the machines, how that ran on paper and the whole played the whole band. What was the name of the one that is over in 1900 Park Fair?
There's all kinds of different ones. There's piano orchestras. So that's probably the kind that you found the video of.
Yep.
But there's all kinds. There's Nickelodeons. There's automatic banjo machines. There's a whole bunch of different kinds of music making machines that people invented back in the day because bands were expensive, and so these replaced having physical live bands, and this is before records. So if you wanted to play music, this was a great way to do it.
Well, you're not going to be able to hear it, but you'll pick up on it. I'm going to play it here for everybody to listen. This is Chicago's If You Leave Me Now. Sing along, Brian. I know you know the words. I know you can't hear it. Good. All right, that's enough of that.
Yeah, Todd sent us that the other day, and I said, "Oh wow, somebody's figured out a way to make those things actually not completely annoying. That you don't want to take a sledgehammer to them and putting familiar music on them."
The interesting thing is that's not the only thing that gentleman has put on there. The other one that he added in. Hold on, let me get it here. He's on Facebook called the Mechanical Music Man, which is really interesting. And he's got a number of different songs. He's got Daft Punk Get Lucky, which is hilarious.
Love that song.
Yeah. Well, we'll play a little here for you too, just in case you need that. There we go. And after that paper ran through, you need about 20 minutes to reset for the next one. So not exactly the DJ's friend. But Hal, if we need to edit those in, the Mechanical Music Man on Facebook. So
I know. So right before we went, I got an email from someone, and I'm trying to go through. They did a version of Making Memories as
Oh,
part
really?
of that project, which was absolutely fantastic.
Oh.
We need to put that out so that way people can hear it. They
Yeah.
were kind of upset. I said, could we ran it in the in between stuff, but of course there's so many things going on. It was hard to, but yeah, I did an absolutely fantastic arrangement of Making Memories on one of those machines.
Well, I was gonna say this guy also did an arrangement of Sweet Child O' Mine. If you want to hear that one, so go check it out.
Yeah,
No, we're not doing it.
Now I don't know if it's the same project, but what this person has is they've got the music making machine, and then they invite musicians to send compositions to him, and then they cut it into books. And so they have arrangers that live all over the globe, sending in music for this guy to play and record on his thing.
Oh, cool.
Hey.
Hi, Lily, #1 RetroMagic staffer there waving to us.
All right. And somebody says the gentleman's also on YouTube.
There's Andrew. We got to say hi to Andrew, too.
Yeah. Is he coming up through the tube?
Yes, he is. He just came out
the
of the
surface.
Tank. They ran into the scuba guy, and hi, Andrew.
Andrew.
He's fading in and out.
Yeah.
There he is.
That's because Doc Brown hasn't fixed the timeline yet.
That's
so
right.
He keeps fading in and out.
That's right. Be careful there, JT. You may not have them. So
his head's gone.
His head's it's just fading. Oh, goodness. All right. So our next one, we had Chris Runco come on stage as well as Kim Murphy, where we talked about Typhoon Lagoon. That was a really great session. In fact, I was on stage for that. I have to go get out the notes because I forget what we talked about on that as well. This is all, it's all, we love doing this, but it becomes a blur after a while,
well,
right?
So first we got to talk about Chris's career at Imagineering.
Yes.
Which spanned so many departments. So he started in the model shop, went to special effects where he worked on the volcano with the dog food.
The dog food pump.
Right.
Yeah.
So there you
go. Yes, the dog food pump.
You got the word right from the horse's mouth about the dog food pump.
So if you've heard that, or it was in Burn Bomb, I think we realized too.
Yeah.
So
that was an early deep cut of our show. Like you brought that up episode 6.
It was when I was reading as a kid. It just like sucked into me. Like, oh my gosh, what they did this?
And then we find out we talked to the guy finally. Achievement unlocked.
I feel so complete.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
And if you remember when we were coming off stage, because one of the stories that Todd Tuckey told us was how they redid these mechanical machines into digital machines, and they walk off the stage and Chris Runco tells Todd, I worked on like 8 of them machines and they're doing those conversions.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome. And then of course he worked on Center Core as part of his special effects stuff.
Yeah.
But he did design work too. So he designed a lot of the lovable Epcot robots that met people like Jiro. And he did, of course, RX-7 from Star Tours. That was his creation.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went on and did whole entire projects like Typhoon Lagoon, where he basically came up with that first initial drawing of Miss Tilly up on top of the mountain. And that it was so funny. They said they had picked out the name Typhoon Lagoon. I think if you remember back at this time, this is when the Disney Development Corporation was coming into play because they had bought Arvida, and so and at the same time I think there was always this little bit of a tension between Brian, our dude that we always ask stories about, who recently passed away,
Dick Nunes.
So Dick Nunes was like, oh, Imagineering costs so much money, we need to have someone in Florida that does that. And so I think they tried to spin up a little bit of the Disney Development Corporation as kind of like a counterpoint to Imagineering, but they couldn't come up with anything that was any decent. But Eisner apparently loved the name Typhoon Lagoon, so they're like, hey, we need a water park idea. It's got to be called Typhoon Lagoon, but other than that, do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want, as long as it's called that.
And so Chris came up with the absolutely brilliant idea, and which is what is Typhoon Lagoon today.
And I remember him mentioning something about like he was trying to figure out what should we put on the top of this mountain and things like that. And he showed us a number of different incarnations of Typhoon Tilly up there. And
it started as like a paddle boat, and they're like, there's too many paddle boats in Florida. Do something else.
And the fishing boat came in. Miss Tilly was perfect. So we talked a little bit about how the wave machine, and we ended it not the wave machine in Seven Seas Lagoon, the wave machine at Typhoon Lagoon, which I saw there was a picture floating around the other day. Typhoon Lagoon drained, and what the grates look like at the end where the water comes down. Kim Murphy, by the way, when he's telling these stories, he's hilarious. You will see him online on YouTube when we release these, and he's just got such a great way. And he was telling us how, the whoosh sound and all the different things that they would do. And also Chris, the day before, we got it into movie night. We forgot to add it to the PowerPoint. He went there and swam and took his camera with him and is like, cowabunga, dude. So that was a really, really good session. So you're going to want to watch that.
They were a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to end the poll here, gentlemen. Just so you know, did you attend RetroMagic? Has settled in at 65%. Yes. 35% no.
Solid.
So a number of people here that weren't. So I'm glad they're here.
1 point short of the required 2/3 majority. So
that's right.
We're just going to end the show right now.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
So help me for something in the chat, Brian, because I know you know this. What was the name of the robot that was in Rocky? That was in
Jiro.
Jiro?
No, I'm sorry. Sico, S-I-C-O.
Sico. There we go. Thank you.
Jiro was the gray one with the floppy arms that went around.
Yeah, Jiro and Jiro.
You could buy in a catalog, wasn't he?
Yeah. Sico, you can still rent. If we ever do an event in the Northeast, we can get Sico. But Sico doesn't look like the Rocky 3 Epcot opening Sico anymore. They've changed his look.
Isn't it Rocky 4?
Yeah, it is Rocky 4.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the one that's not, Happy Birthday, Polly.
Yes, happy birthday, Polly.
Yeah, I have the action figure in the other room.
He used to be in a bunch of other TV shows, right? Like he would just show up randomly.
Yes, he was available for rent, and if you needed a robot in your movie or TV show or special, he was the guy. That was like they were ready and willing and able to travel, and they had a functioning thing, and they could make it talk, and they sent the controller with it, and
they should have done Seiko and the Man. That would have been a great 70s.
Seiko and the Man would have been a great 80s sitcom. Compute this.
Next, Todd?
Compute this.
Next, we had Start Me Up. So here we go. That was the next one on the list here.
Was this our opening day crew one?
Start Me Up. According to the website here, Start Me Up was the panel of opening day crew for Walt Disney World in 71. So we had Steve Baker, Dr. Gloria Hardy, Jim McCaskill, Martin McCarthy, and Tom Nabby.
Boy, that was a lot of fun. And it was a lot of fun, first off, because, Todd, we didn't know what a treasure Dr. Gloria Hardy was.
Oh, absolutely.
She showed up with her husband, and they had, blueprints? And
they were aerial... it was aerial photography that was on these map type blueprint papers, and they showed up, and there were some markings on it and circled and things like that. And we're in the green room, and he's just unraveling this stuff, and we want you to have this. And Brian, you're lucky enough you had the big scanner. We were able to scan
the wide
stuff
format scanner at my office, so I was able to scan the stuff in. But they knew we were doing the monorail panel the next day, and we lost one of the monorail guys to illness. So unbeknownst to me, Tom Nabby invited Gloria Hardy to be on the monorail panel too. And when they showed up that morning, he comes in with a full monorail costume, like from whatever it was, 1970.
It was the early one, because they had the cereal bowl helmet, if you will.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call that. So it looks like something you need cereal out of.
Yeah, so what a great panel. So she talked about, she had started in the Grand Prix and
Oh, that's right.
Worked a bunch of attractions in the Magic Kingdom, worked over in Epcot and Custodial, was on the opening team for Splash Mountain.
Yep.
And was also on the opening team for Animal Kingdom. And then she ran Disney University, the training program, both in California and Florida, until she retired after, I forget what the number was, but it was, 40 some years. So a wonderful find, great storyteller. She will be back at a future event.
Oh, absolutely.
Steve Baker, who was instrumental in putting together all of those corporate partnerships at Epcot, and the dual Concorde landings, which he told a great story about that. That you can, when we release the video, you can watch when Dick Nunes told him to get the German Concorde. Jim McCaskill, we've already mentioned, but what a great storyteller he is, and he, started off. He was the first audio animatronics engineer hired in Florida and based in Florida, and so he worked on the animatronics before moving eventually over into the corporate lounges in Epcot, and spending the last years of his career at First United Technologies and then MetLife with the Wonders of Life Pavilion before he retired. And he and his wife is Lori, who Hal mentioned. I mean, they're just great storytellers, and they know everybody. It was like one big reunion weekend. And Martin McCarthy, who had done 50 years of merchandising at the Walt Disney World Resort, wonderful. I mean, Martin told, I asked him, like, did people really buy cuckoo clocks and like sets of china and stuff? And he said, yeah, they actually did. And I'll tell you, so here's a little thing I didn't know that, I like to, sometimes I'll admit it, Hal, that I don't know everything about these old timey things. I always thought the flowers in the flower market were real. And he's like, no, they were silk. They were silk bunches of flowers. He's like, we sold silk bunches of flowers.
That's why they looked so good on every film.
That's why they always look so good.
Like all of them were silk?
He just said they were silk. People really bought silk flowers. I'm like, well, that would be why they were 25 cents a bunch instead of... I had no idea.
I didn't know
but yeah, he talked to us about Sitka Hengas and stocking those different stores, and so that was a lot of fun. And yeah, Brian said more Martin McCarthy. We probably do need to have a little more time with him just to kind of talk about more of the merchandise and how it changed over the years, and just a lot of fun.
Yeah. So a funny story about that panel. The panel starts, and I had to go into the green room for something. I forget what it was, and I go back down there, and I look over, and hanging up is the monorail outfit, the costume. I'm like, oh no!
Did you try it on, Todd?
I didn't. That would have been. I should have walked out wearing it. That would.
Was it a ladies' costume or a men's costume?
I
it's a little
don't
tight in
know.
the seat.
It might have been a little tight. So I walked out there with it and brought it to the backstage and make sure that we got it up there. I'm like, Gary, got to get this up on stage. So hopefully nobody caught that. So
that's funny. Rob says they asked me if they should bring the monorail outfit. I said sure.
Yeah, bring everything.
Bring, as we said, bring whatever you want, anything you have.
Yeah, we're not going to say no. So, all right. Let's see. How were you up for this? We Love the 90s was the next one with Paul Osterhout.
I was up for this.
Yeah.
So Paul, oh my gosh. So
and
Paul's
Tammy was up there.
Tammy, yeah.
And Tammy, yeah.
Tammy's online too.
Tammy's going to correct everything I say.
Watch the chat carefully.
Yeah, I'm gonna side eye the chat as I talk to make sure I hit all the details. So Tammy was actually the person that brought Paul to us, because he has been on her show several times, because he has worked on, oh my God, everything.
Yeah,
in
so
the
much.
1990s.
He's another one to bring back for hundreds of stories.
Yeah, and beyond. It's like, so when we started talking to him, it's like, okay, what you got to pare this down, because he's worked on. Oh yeah, JT, you were also because there's just so many things that he had worked on. So Muppet Vision, which he gave a wonderful presentation about, and had all kinds of behind the scenes videos of some of the early puppeteering when they did Statler and Waldorf, for example. They shot video of Statler and Waldorf doing their lines, so that way they would have reference footage to animate against when they did the audio animatronics.
And that sounded like the original audio that they used.
And I think they actually used those recordings for the attraction. And there were some different lines too. Yeah. There were some things that got changed. So their original joke, instead of like the guy in the goofy mask, was like, hey, there's Henry Kissinger. Yeah. Which apparently didn't make the cut at some point.
I wonder why.
Probably because he murdered all kinds of people. I don't know. But that was absolutely wonderful. And then he worked on all of Tomorrowland in 1994. In fact, he's in the Carousel. We didn't get to talk about it, but he's in Carousel of Progress. He's the son in the fourth scene.
Yeah.
of Carousel Progress. And Tammy and I actually hunted down. We found an identical version of the shirt that the audio animatronic character wore.
Right, yeah.
And we were trying to get it for him in order to give it to him for his presentation, but we were unable to acquire it due to tariffs.
Oh, we're gonna have to have one tailored then.
Yeah, so that was great. And then he had some great footage from Enchanted Tiki Room under new management, which makes me hate it a lot less than I do in real life because I'm passionately against it. But I understand why they did it, and he had some behind the scene footage where they had brought back, the original actors in order to recreate their parts, which was great. Yeah. And they were together, which you would have no idea. They were in the recording studio together, which was wonderful. And so it was great to see Thurl Ravenscroft and Wally Bogue and Furton Bully. I think, did I say his name? Everyone will correct me if I said that incorrectly. What a great thing. And Jerry Orbach, who looks super duper young at that point, to do Pierre. So that was great. Paul, wonderful guy. We're having him back again because he's just done too many cool things.
Yeah.
So,
and don't forget he bought the stick with him, the 3D stick from Muppet Vision. Yeah.
Yes, and actually Bunny points out. So there were some tests at the end that they showed for the Iago figure and some behind the scene thing. Mm-hmm. There were things that I don't think we appreciated sitting in the theater that audio animatronic did, because they really tried to inhabit it with squash and stretch. So there were things that I think the figure did that we just didn't really appreciate at the time.
Yeah. So, it was quite just showing how much they did to sculpt that and make it true to the figure was. But then the mechanics inside really impressive.
Great stuff. I mean, there was one thing of just like this kind of shape of, the rough body shape where it moved around, and that is phenomenal. Like, what a great thing that it was. So yeah. the Iago figure was fire.
That's right.
You're absolutely right in the chat. So so great session. He had tons of behind the scene, like I said, photos and things, because he's hung on to stuff, and he brought his entire collection of project T-shirts from the 1990s to put in the Lake Buena Vista village.
Jackets,
so
the production jackets were great.
Yeah, great stuff.
I asked him, how do you get the jacket versus the T-shirt? He says it was all based on how much time and your level and the different things that you did on it, kind of dictate whether you got the jacket or the tee or something like that. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But how we kept you on stage
forever.
Because Russell Brower came on stage. So
he did, and we were lucky to have Jeff Crawford on stage with us. And I'll tell you, I am not worthy to be on stage with a human being of the quality of Russell Brower. What a phenomenal guy. You know him and you know his work from Epcot Center. Not only did he do the arranging and some composition on the Living Seas music under the tutelage of oh my gosh, why am I forgetting his name off the top of my head now? George Wilkins. But he also did the absolutely phenomenal Interventions music loop that we all know and love from when you would walk past and go through the Interventions Plaza in the 1990s. And just an amazing human being that I cannot say enough good things about. Just an absolutely phenomenal guy that I could listen to talk hours and hours about. So just sweetest man in the world.
And his wife came with him. They met. She was an Imagineer as well, so we might have to get some stories out of her. She did a lot over in Disneyland Paris, is my understanding.
She mostly worked on Paris as a lighting designer, and also just the nicest person in the world. Both of them. Just, if you wanted to meet a human being and you're like, who are the people that I would say are like people that you would want to have in your life? It's those two. So
you hear that? Even the three of us don't even count. So
yeah.
I like
you guys
that.
Are all right. But Russell Brower.
I like that everybody's favorite story is how he snuck in the 1 hour CD after they cut it down to 10 minutes.
Right.
All right.
Why join the Navy when you can be a pirate?
That's right. All right. And Brian, you want to take the last one for day one here, which was We Go On with Tammy.
I saw the Tapestry of Nations one time in person that I remember. And when Tammy's like, hey, I have these, well, she'd done a podcast with them.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, hey, I have this crew and like, they're willing to bring like they get reunions and stuff together down there. So like they're willing to come down and like they've recreated some of the puppets and the outfits. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, so I could do like, 10, 15 minutes on stage with them and then we could surprise everybody. Like they'll come in through the audience and so like I'm envisioning this like, all right, I can't fully picture it, but let's go. And then I know JT got to witness this as they were assembling I don't remember his name because each of the pieces had a name.
Henry Stickman. No.
The who?
Henry Stickman. No,
Particle Man? Yeah. Anyway, so I said they might be Giants reference for the 6 of you out there. Anyway, yeah. So like I did not expect to be moved by it because I didn't really have a connection to it. And then when that performance started, like all of us, like the whole audience was like into it, me included. Like we're all clapping along, and
I think it shows the power of the music of that because we've all heard the music on loops and different things, and even if you didn't see it, and once that hit, and then the people started coming, everybody started dancing, and I'm like, this is a great closeout. This is so cool, and then bringing in the big puppet with the sticks, and we had such a good time with them because it was you could just feel their passion in that role they had over those years of being in that parade.
They never lost it, right? I mean, I was talking with them in the green room, and they were so psyched to do it again. It was something that they felt so passionate, like you said, JT, passionate, and really enjoyed. So
and it is one of those. Boy, did that parade, even though it didn't run that long, left such a mark.
Yeah.
On people who saw it, and just the imagery is so unique. But I remember watching that, and when it wasn't a long panel, but Lillian talking about, she said she couldn't put her finger on it. She just knew that for that group of performers, even though a lot of them have worked at Disney for decades after that, or have gone on to work at other places, for some reason, that particular show and production, it was like a seminal moment for all of them, and it has stuck with them more than the other things they've done with their life since then. And I mean, we all hopefully have experiences like that, where it's just like that one job or that one thing you did that, that killer catch you made the high school football game that you live on for the rest of your life.
That's right.
Particle Man.
Yeah.
So it was actually Hammerman.
Hammerman. There we go.
You can't touch that.
Please, Hammer, don't hurt him.
Yeah, they were great to work with. Big thanks to them for coming on and doing that, because they came down on their own for the most part, and to be in the show, to perform again together, and then they have like little mini reunions and get-togethers. So it was awesome that we got to be part of their reunion, and they got to be part of our event.
Yeah. And Tammy once again knocked it out of the park, brought the house down with her rendition of that song.
Our official, what do we call her now? I don't even remember. Our official music director. No, Jeff's our music director. Tammy's our entertainment
coordinator.
Head of entertainment.
Planner.
Yep. All right, so we all broke at that point, went to dinner, and then we had something put together,
such as it could be called. If you ate in the Coronado Springs food court, we apologize.
Yeah, that was. It was interesting. I did go that evening. I ran over to Three Bridges, which was nice. I got a quick there, and
food's good there.
I have to say this. So I guess, gentlemen, this is the Butler moment. I don't know what happened, but let me explain.
Whoever paid for Todd's dinner,
thank you.
Go F yourself. Like, the rest of us were hungry too.
Yeah, I had a cheap bill at the pool snack bar. You could have paid for mine.
I was just sitting there. A couple people came over from the event. They sat down, and before you
Next
know
thing
it,
he knows, it's
they're
get whatever you want off the menu.
It's all no. It was after we ate. We asked for
the
get him the lobster off the menu. Get him the lobster tacos.
Remember the gold key? Well, you get it again, buddy. That's
hey, I didn't know what was going to happen. We were asking for the bill, and they're like, "Oh, somebody took care of it." I'm like,
"It's all taken care of."
All taken care of. So whoever that was, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So
we only had enough money to go to one bridge.
I had all.
You did the 3 bridges.
Well, Brian did 3 the night before, so he's fine. He got it too.
No, I did 3. I think it was the night I got there.
Oh, that's right. It was. Yeah,
camped out at the bridge.
So, JT, correct me if I'm wrong, but we went over to the
pool.
You were over at the pool because I came over and saw you guys.
And I think we all got food poisoning.
I didn't.
Or at least I did.
Did you really?
No. What'd you order?
I think I had the same thing you did. I had gosh.
I had like a wrap or something.
Yeah. Oh, I had why can't I think of what it's called? It's like where you take the 2 things, you put the stuff in between and you fry it.
2 items.
Wait, I want to hear Hal continue to describe.
Yeah, wait a minute. And I also want to. I'm curious if you got sick.
It's a quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
Okay.
It's a quesadilla.
The dang quesadilla.
But wait a minute.
What was that from?
You made it on stage.
Is it Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah, that was. You made it on stage, okay? Was it a short-lived?
I don't know.
It was like Montezuma's Revenge or something.
Yeah, it was Montezuma's Revenge quesadilla.
Oh my goodness!
No
so
kidding.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What did your kiddo eat? Did he have a quesadilla as well?
He had the chicken fingers and he hated them.
Well, it was the
like,
pool snack.
He only ate the fries. Then he didn't.
So I hit. So you guys know a third party does the food court at Coronado, but Disney does the food in the ballroom where we had our delicious breakfast, and at 3 Bridges and at Toledo. So, the first day I was just like, I thought this was like a little bit of a miss. One of I guess the day we didn't have lunch in the green room, I grabbed a burger from there, and I was literally like 2 bites into it, and Todd's like, "You're due on stage in 5 minutes. You got to get a mic on you." So I'm like, I'm wolfing this thing down. And like, it was so bad, I didn't finish it. And if you've seen me, I'm not a man who doesn't finish his hamburger, but I did not finish that burger. I had movie theater quality. That's not a compliment. Nachos one day. And then the breakfast I picked up for myself on Saturday morning on the way into the green was like, I don't know how you screw scrambled eggs up, but they did it. And it was another thing I just threw out. I was like, all right, I don't want this. Yeah. So I was not a fan of the food court, but
I had the wrap one day. That actually was pretty good. It was acceptable, I will say.
We discovered the make your own nacho platter.
Oh,
that was chef's kiss right there. Is put whatever you want.
The kid must have loved that one.
Oh yeah, we got it twice. I think it was great.
I did, like I said, I got them the one day. I got the nachos, and it was movie theater quality. I think the problem I had was I do have Todd McCartney level taste on my tortilla chips now. Like, don't just open a bag of Tostitos here.
Now you want the fine ground corn, good masa.
Maybe some white corn or some blue corn.
Just eat it and move on. It's nacho chips.
It's nacho chips. Oh goodness!
So we all had to break the food, and then we moved into the event that almost didn't happen, but then it did, and it was a huge hit.
It really went off well because I remember we were proposing this before because, just so everybody knows, obviously everybody's exhausted, but we're really exhausted at the end of the day, and because it's not just about putting on you going up there on stage, it's also thinking and making sure that it goes off the way that you want it to and looks the way, and you're worrying about did somebody eat food, and bless Brooke and Stacy, they're always coming over to us and keeping everything on target, and it's a lot to think about. So the last thing we really wanted to do was get back up on stage for a movie night, but boy am I glad we did, because everything's very formal during the day. I mean, we still have fun, but gentlemen, I think it was fantastic because we all kind of just let loose a little bit, had some fun, poked fun at each other. We had the whole crowd laughing at the videos and the films that we had up on screen. Honestly, I wish it could have continued. I didn't want to get off the stage. I could have done it for another hour or so.
I didn't expect the turnout that we had. Like, I don't know why. I really just thought it was like a, going to be an optional thing, and we'd get maybe half the people back. I mean, I swear we got like, I don't know.
I'd say 75% easily.
It was a good
easily
turnout.
They came back for it, and
it felt comfortable because it's like what we're doing now, but we were just sitting on stage. It wasn't. It was just really. So it wasn't like work in a sense of like, we didn't have to do anything new except you just had to queue up the computer live.
Yeah, and it was just clicking and what happened. And I even said, I remember during, I'm like, we might delete files, things might go wrong, things are so. Brian, we had our back and forth about it. Did you enjoy it?
I loved it.
Good.
I loved it. I'm always I have to be the historian all the time. So when they propose this, I'm like, guys, we are always dead tired. I don't know that we'll have like the whole idea of putting this thing together, the VIP event, then being on stage all day, like coming back down into the ballroom to do a movie night. This is a crazy idea. And, it was about a day. They talked me into it. And the more I thought about it, I'm like, I kind of love this idea. And as we started to kind of pull it together, it just became, fun, right?
Yeah.
Brian, you had me laughing, crying more than one time with your commentary on the celebrity one. So
that
was wonderful.
I ran along the lines a couple of times, but yes, and it was funny because when I told Todd, pull my celebrity slideshow, I was like, 140 pictures, like just pull it up. And boy, did we have fun on that.
It was a great.
It was great. And speaking of how you mentioned, Brian had me cracking up when I didn't know the date on the film. He goes, "Oh, it's August 22nd, 1972." I'm like, "How do you know?" He goes, "Because it's on the file you just clicked." I'll never forget that.
And Todd made a dream of mine come true unknowingly by doing his special intro for movie night.
I did do a special intro for movie night. So for those that weren't there, Brian and I we both watched The Love Boat very often, and I'm on season 9 now, and it's terrible, but earlier seasons were better. That aside, as I said on stage, when you see a logo with a 1 and an O, you're like, I gotta put celebrities in here, and I gotta put ourselves into this. So I made this opening movie night. I literally stacked my film on top of the Love Boat opening film and went frame by frame, making sure that the timing all matched. And then Brian one-upped it because I found a nearly perfect timing of the song that was instrumental, and then Brian got up and sang the song to everybody as well. So
kick off movie night.
It kicked off movie night in an awesome way, and we had people laughing with Tony Baxter and all that. So you guys, if you weren't there for movie night, you're going to enjoy watching.
And to be fair, I did it. That was how we did the sound check on Friday.
Yes.
I got to test out the song. So.
Now, and JT, you had no idea that was coming. So I'm curious what your thought was when the first time you saw that.
I liked because I knew those were photos I had seen before. I liked how they became, real life. That was fun for me.
All I'm going to say is if you had told me, I would have gotten a red jacket and completely did the Ted the bartender spin and point move.
Right.
All right.
Happily would have done that.
Okay. All right. I'll remember that. We're going to redo it. It was funny because my wife afterwards, she goes, that was just incredible. She goes, what are you going to do for next time? We're like, we could do the A-Team, Magnum PI, Fantasy.
There's no words to the A-Team.
Yeah, exactly.
What am I going to go? Dun, 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 dun.
Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how we can one-up it, but we'll see if we can in the future. So.
Yeah, that was great. I loved. We had our snacks up there. That was so fun.
Oh, I know you were eating the Twizzler. I asked
it was
for
nice
one.
to be amongst friends and everybody kind of more comfortable, more relaxed. I got a message from my daughter in the middle of it. She lost her tooth, and I look over and she's flagging me down with a tooth in her hand. And it's just...
All right, you got to tell him what Uncle Bry told her.
I don't remember. What did you tell her?
I looked at her and I said, Lily, if you lose your tooth at Disney, the Tooth Fairy brings you $100 bill.
Oh yeah, she didn't. The Tooth Fairy
she didn't get 100.
No, but she did have a tooth pulled because it hadn't fallen out yet, like literally 2 weeks after that.
Yeah.
So the tooth fairy took care of her for that because she had to
Oh,
go
that's
to the
good.
dentist
That's
and
good.
have one of them pulled out. So
Tooth Fairy always takes care of the kids, so that's
yeah.
good. That's good. All right. Well, we all went to bed pretty tired, but worth it. And going back real quick to movie night, I'll tell you, if we ever want to do a traveling show, that's what we do. We just jump from city to city. We put all the names in the back of T-shirts, and we go do movie nights at Little Ramadas, or we could go the nights of Columbus. What do you think? You know?
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, just go around. So
as long as there's a tour T-shirt.
Absolutely. How is on it already? So. All right. So the next day we opened up with Welcome Home to Lake Buena Vista with our friends Hasten Zustra, and Fox Nolte came back. So, yeah, who was up there for that?
Oh, I was up there for that. That started of we wanted to do a panel on the Lake Buena Vista shopping village, and nobody knows more about the Lake Buena Vista shopping village and the townhomes and all that than Fox Nolte does. So that was actually the origin of Fox Nolte's invite. Was I had reached out to her and said, "Hey, would you be willing to come and do a Lake Buena Vista panel with us?" Mm-hmm. And she said, "Sure." Then when we published the list of intended panels, she emailed us and said, "I want in on the Main Street Arcade panel too." And I said, "Sure, absolutely.
Come on in. Water's fine."
And then Haston reached out to us and said, "Hey, are you accepting submissions? Because I'd love to talk about my townhome community and how it relates to Lake Buena Vista." So the panel both of those panels kind of assembled organically. But she came and you know, our job was made a little bit easier by the folks, Michael and Jeff Crawford over at Progress City, because they had just done an episode like a month before RetroMagic on Lake Buena Vista Village, going through basically what we did for part of our panel, which was going store by store through what was built down there, giving a little bit of the history, but also adding our snarky comments to. Mm-hmm. It was like a celebrities at WDW Junior panel, as we got to go through some of the absurdities there. But one of the best things about that panel was, as we're talking, looking at Jim McCaskill and Tom Nabby and some of those older hands who shop down there and who, you know, nodding along or adding their commentary to us from the floor, like, "Hey, I bought suits at Sir Edward's Haberdasher," you know what I mean? And Jim McCaskill telling us he lived in the townhomes for like 2 or 3 years, that United Technologies paid for him to live there when he got divorced. So it was just like, it was a fascinating panel to talk about, and to see all those folks that were around, like when it was built in its heyday, in its first incarnation, like share stories with us. So it was wonderful.
Yeah, really good one. Really, really good one. Brought back a lot of memories for me having stayed there too. It was just like, oh my gosh, the history that Haston went into of how where he lives is tied to that company was crazy. So
yeah, that
was really, really neat. So.
And we got to use BJ Major's picture.
Yes.
At the Light Bite. You know, that wonderful picture of her outside the Light Bite.
Yep.
So thank you, BJ, for that.
It looked good. So, all right, and let's see. Then I was up on stage after a quick break with Tony Baxter. So we did Ask Me Anything, and you know, prior to putting this together, we had solicited for questions and dial in and give us a audio question for Tony. And the funny part of it is that we were still getting questions for Tony the day of, and you know, we have to prepare for this. So we really appreciate everybody writing in, but we did have a limited time. So we did about 4 or 5 questions or so that we worked with him on, and you know, we picked some things out that we thought would work well, and then he picked from those. So it went over really well. And then we really got into, he has 3 major types of presentations that he normally does.
Wait, can we just stop for a second? Haston in the comments,
yes,
that Tony Baxter grabbed him after the panel and said he lived in Santa Ana as a kid and lived in those townhomes for a year.
Oh my gosh!
And would go to Disneyland on his bike for $5. That's crazy.
Look at that! Just goes around. What goes around? That's crazy. So Tony, you went through these questions, and like I said, Tony has like 3 big stories when he goes out and tells things, and we've had him do 2 of the 3 now. One being Journey into Imagination, 2 being all of his things on the seas, and 3 being his plan on the land. We haven't had him do the land yet, but that will be coming. So he went through his design and his thought process on what the seas should be. And I'll tell you what, gentlemen, if that was ever built, it would have been quite a thing, with the seas parting and you walking with water falling on each side and Poseidon and all that. So it would have been something to see. So, and then as I mentioned earlier, he handed the keys of the seas, as I like to coin it, over to Kim Murphy. So we invited Kim Murphy up on stage, and they did a little back and forth banter about, handing it over and what Kim envisioned. Tony left the stage, and that brought us right into our next session, which was with Tim Delaney and Kim Murphy. But so essentially they went through the entire design of the Living Seas Pavilion, from talking about the building of it, the construction of it, and the design, and how they had to change from what Tony did and what they wanted to do. And it really showed the whole, from Tony's concept all the way through what was there on opening day. We got some great clips of Kim Murphy swimming in the tank that he sent us for these little animal clips that they did when Animal Kingdom opened. So he got in there, did some scuba diving, and narrated a lot of different things, which was great. So, and I think something that Christine says, Tony is amazing. I was impressed that he sat and listened to all other presentations and seemed to really enjoy them. Really cool guy. He is really, really nice to sit there. You're absolutely right, Christine, and listen in. And he's, really, I couldn't ask for a better Imagineer to be there. I mean, just the way that he interacts with everybody, he never says no. And I think that's some of the things he tends to stay a long time and talk with a lot of people. And I'm glad that everybody enjoys that. So, but he is very respectful of everybody's time, and he's very interested in all the other stories. Because as he says, and a lot of Imagineers said this to me, they worked together and they worked on different projects and knew each other, but they never were able to really share these stories all the time, and never went in depth, and never even knew about some of these stories that are being told. So I think that's pretty cool to see. So, all right. Let's see where after that. Oh, Brian, you're up.
We went to the monorails.
Went to the monorail.
JT and I took us back up.
Hey, and they reversed it this week too, huh? Big news.
They're running alongside each other now, just like in our films.
Did it go back? Was it just a test, or is it?
I don't know. I mean,
does anybody know?
Last I saw, they were running side by side.
Okay. Well, you'll be there next week. You get us some good footage. I will be there
next week in a short period of days. Yes. Yeah. So again, thank you to Tammy Tuckey, who had this group, a slightly different group of guys, on last year or the year before. Maybe it was even the 50th anniversary year. She had the opening monorail crew that Nabby had put together, and he offered to do the same for us. And we swapped out one guy. So part of the prep for this was, I said, listen, I don't really need to talk to these guys ahead of time, because they did this show. I've seen the show. I know what their stories are. I've read enough of, I've read Tom's books and all. So I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do this. And then we lost one panel member, Bob Woodham, who just wasn't up to making it, and we replaced him with Gloria Hardy 24 hours before we went on stage. And I discovered when I was on stage, like 3 of the stories I had prepared, I guess, were Bob Woodham's stories. Because I would bring them up and then look, and they'd all stare at me like, well, I don't know anything about Lawrence Welk. And I'm like, yeah. you told the story on Tammy's
Somebody
podcast.
Told us.
Somebody told us about it.
So, but it was a great panel. They had a lot of fun up there, and it was really fun once Gary got to come up and bring the monorail costume from Dr. Hardy and show it off, and then have them all kind of critique it, and because they all hated those costumes for 20 years, and talking about the indent on their foreheads and
from the cereal bowl hat.
Yeah,
safety, I forgot it was this. Hat. It was this one, not the other one. I'm not even thinking here. So
yes,
but yeah, I was referencing. I referenced it in the wrong section. That's okay. That's all right. We'll edit in post.
Yvonne says the monorails are running side by side in the evenings to speed up guests leaving the park.
How does this help? I'm just trying to think.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think.
Just get on the monorail.
All right. I'm just trying to think what the thought. It still goes the same distance.
If you don't get on by a certain point, you just have to walk. So you better get on it quick.
Yeah.
Don't think too long.
I had read something about that. If something broke down, it was going the right direction. I'm like, they can go either direction.
It's tire wear. They want to rotate
the tires. Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever. It makes for good fake news there, or whatever. Disney news. All right. Yeah. After that, it was time, Brian, you stay on the stage with Tom Morris for his excellent adventure.
Tom Morris's excellent adventure.
Yep.
Yeah. Hal was up there with us too. And my role, aside from putting together all of the 200 and plus images that Tom Morris sent me into
3 days before, mind you.
Into PowerPoint. Well, they kept changing up until the day before. He's like, we literally walked into the Living Seas dinner on Friday and said, I just sent you a couple of changes. And I just looked at him like,
yeah,
I'm going to throw you in that tank right over there. But I then committed myself because he had these drawings, all stuff that people hadn't seen before. So he had some drawings and different inspiration, park layout stuff, things, the early park layout map, a bunch of those things that he had put together. And then he had these 100 or so, maybe less, slides from the first big site walk by executives and whatnot, Dick Nunes and Card Walker and Admiral Joe Fowler and a bunch of different Florida-based guys, and so there Marvin Day. There were like 25 guys there on this thing.
Oh, and a whole bunch of the people from Welton Beckett.
Yeah, Welton Beckett, and so we had all those. He's got all these slides, and he sends them over to me, and I go through the process of first color correcting and everything, using my tools, and then the few things that I think an AI like Copilot can help clean up a little bit and sharpen on images that warranted. I did that. So there's a lot of work done to it. Well, of course, all the changes he sent me were pictures. Sorry about that. Were pictures that then needed to have all that work done to them again. Because I'm like, oh my God, this is it. But I was committed. I said, he's like, I don't know if we're going to get to the site walk, which to me was the most interesting part of what he had.
It really was.
And I was like, listen, my whole job on stage is to keep you and Hal out of the weeds.
Yep.
And get through this artwork and these maps so that we can get to these slides. And we got to those slides with about 5 minutes to go, and I'm just clicking away left and right.
And Stacy and Brooke in the background, we're trying to get
waving
and move on. We're over time.
They had everything but a little Bo Peep hook to pull me off stage, and I'm like, I am not leaving this stage until we finish going through every one of these.
Oh my goodness, so true, so true. It was hilarious. Hilarious. So, it was good though. We had a good time. So.
We took a little break.
And then it went into this was fun, the Imagineer Lightning Round, which Brian had this idea because a lot of the Imagineers submit us. They're very excited about this, as we are, and they send us. They're like, "Oh, I want to talk about this." And Tim Delaney had like all these other different things he wanted to talk about, and his artwork.
Or we want to ask them about.
Yeah,
like, oh, you're here to talk about Typhoon Lagoon, but you worked on these 5 other things we want to ask you.
Right, we've got like 10 different people that want to hear about this. So it was a great opportunity for us to let them show the other things they wanted to show, artwork and things. So Tim Delaney brought all these concepts art for Spaceship Earth that were just absolutely phenomenal. Or Epcot in general, I should say, the whole future world.
The space pavilion.
Oh,
which was a circle vision theater turned vertical instead of horizontal, which is the craziest idea in the world.
Blows your mind on how that would be. So, but Tony Baxter was up there for some things. I think we had Kim Murphy back up. But yeah, and then at that point, we wrapped it up and had to say farewell. As you say in the program, Brian, in characteristic RetroMagic style. And we had Tammy back up on stage. So she came up and We went over a lot of different things, but most importantly, the photos that we had, she brought everybody into tears, and it was really, really neat. What
singing the 25th anniversary song, "Remember the Magic."
Thank you. I'm losing my train of thought here. So, but yeah, it was great. We had a really good time with that, and I will say there wasn't a lot of dry eyes in the house. So,
and again, that was one of those ones where we were 2 weeks out from showtime. I said, "Hey guys, we still don't have a finale. Like we had been working so hard on the panels that we didn't have a finale yet." So we asked Tammy if she'd be willing to sing that because we knew she knew the song.
Yep.
It's on her album, "You'll Find Me on Main Street." And then I said to Todd, we had all the, I found a folder on our little NAS drive that from a prior event that had all of the photos submitted by our fans, which we've asked them to do, I think, at 2 separate events.
Mm-hmm.
We said, hey, send your pictures in and they'll be used at some point in the show. So since a lot of them are repeat attendees, some of the folks up on the screen might not have been there, but most of them were. So they were coming up to us, "Oh my God, I saw my picture that with my grandmother." And as Tammy was singing, those pictures were flashing behind them. And
exactly.
It was a great finale.
Yep.
So Jeremy in the chat says, why such strict time frames on the panels? And Jeremy, I mean, it's the guys can talk about this, but we book more than is required in people wise, like our VIPs, our panels, and that. And even if our first few events, we'd go over a couple minutes, we didn't have the clock up for us to see kind of how long things were going, and you just start 5 minutes here, 6 minutes there, it all adds up, and then by the end you're running long.
It goes by fast when you're on stage. And I mean, I'll be perfectly honest with you. We knew after the first event we lost control of some of the panels. What worked, what didn't. Guys that stayed
very
up there an
clearly
extra 20
lost
minutes.
control.
We have lost control.
Yeah, so we needed the clock.
We needed a hook on stage,
us, if you
and we needed a host on stage.
Yeah, I didn't know what this was until we got one. It's a big digital clock that's like 1.5 feet wide, and Gary sets it for like, okay, you got 40 minutes for your panel, and it's just ticking down right in front of you, and you're kind of aware of it, and you kind of and the other thing, what a lot of us do up there is if like my panel ran a little long, Brian's going to go up next and know, okay, he's got to trim his down a little bit by just try to pick up a minute or two, and then if he can, great. But either way, I mean, it all compounds together.
And the other thing too is that we do have to vacate the room at certain points. There are other events coming in, and we also want to be very, we have a lot of guests there. It's a long day for everybody. And you need to stretch your legs. You need to get up. And we learned the first time because I was most exhausted. Plus my toes disappeared that day, which I'll never forget. But we'd love to do longer, but that always increases the cost and the minimums that we have to pay to have you there, because it's not just about getting a room. It's also about spending a certain amount of money on food and other things to make it worth Disney's time. So
right. And at the end of the day, when we're done, the folks have to sign. There's the signing afterwards. Our crew is out there breaking down the shopping village and the display areas. We have to wrap up and get all of our stagecraft packed up and back over to our archive unit down there.
Yep.
On top of all that, we've always done our events when they were one-day events. We did them on Sundays. And the reason we would do them on Sundays is that it made it easier for the Floridians to get there. And about half of our guests come from elsewhere in Florida, and driving in on a Friday night is not fun. So when we would do these things on Sunday, it would kind of give them all day Saturday to get themselves up to Orlando, check in. Maybe if we were having a VIP event Saturday night. Last time we kicked off Saturday night, and then we were all day Sunday.
Right.
So when you're doing a Sunday event, what happens is a lot of our attendees who aren't from Orlando or aren't from Florida have flights to catch that night. So we know we have to wrap it up like, hey man, it's like a hard stop by 5:30 because people are booking, like JT, at like 8 o'clock flight that night.
Yep.
So that's why we have our like the time structure in there.
We'd love to do a week, but it's not cost
We'd still
effective.
be there if we didn't have a countdown.
Yeah, exactly. So until we get a place to donate space for us for an entire weekend with no minimums and stay as much as you want and free AV, and don't forget every hour we use AV, it's another cost too. So this isn't about just having people come in and do the AV.
And as Michael Crawford said, it's all about the breakfast, to be honest. Yes, it is.
It's just
the phenomenal breakfast that we put on.
Yeah, it's all about
each
the breakfast. Event. If we did longer, we'd have to give you 2 breakfasts, and we'd have to charge you more too. So so your donation rate would go. Second breakfast. That's right.
Second breakfast. Wrong theme park, Hal.
Oh goodness. So, gentlemen, what I want to do here, we're at the hour and a half mark here. I'm going to wrap it up for the actual podcast, but I want everybody who's watching to stay online because we're going to do some visuals, and that would be very boring for those listeners listening to this podcast.
Are we going to talk about our closing announcement when the big tease you gave everybody when you?
Sorry,
when you ran the end credits.
How did I forget that? Did I go dig out the video?
You don't need to take the video.
No. Go ahead.
We're still on the audio podcast.
Yeah, we're still on the audio. Okay, tell him, Brian. You're up.
Well, Todd came up with this creative way to break the news that the next RetroMagic was a backwards license plate, and when it flipped around, it said, RetroMagic, and it was a California license plate because the next RetroMagic will be in California.
Yeah.
We've been saying for some time that as we reach out to some of these guests who are based in California that either cannot make the trip to Florida or are unwilling to travel to Florida, that we should bring the event to them. And irony of ironies, I guess, or coincidences, or whatever you want to call it, when we were wrapping up movie night on Saturday night, Tony Baxter turned to me and said, you ought to do one of these in California sometime. And I'm like, stay tuned, buddy.
Stay tuned. Yeah.
The next one's going to be in California, and a little change in the plan. The request for proposals are out now. Actually, there's one waiting for Todd to review.
Yeah, you got to look at that.
But it's going to be in the fall of next year, of 26, not in 27. Hey, Brian, it said 27 on the license plate. Why isn't it in 27?
Yeah.
Well, 2027 is Epcot's 45th birthday. So if we're going to do a RetroMagic for Epcot's 45th birthday, and we're going to do a RetroMagic for Epcot's 45th birthday, that means we have to get the California one done first. So sometime next fall, there's some dates out there right now that Todd has to look at. I don't know if either one of them will work. I can tell you what they are. The proposal that came in was Labor Day weekend and the weekend before Thanksgiving are the two that were pitched to us by the one facility. So, but anyway, we're working on it. We're sometime in the fall. Yes, fall 26 for those of you doing the question mark exclamation points. Yes.
So we'll do our best.
Hastings having everybody over to Bradford Place afterwards.
That's right. We're going to take a tour. We're going to get to see the foundations.
Rent out the whole complex.
That's right. Yeah, why not? So, all right. Perfect ending there. So, yes, if you bought a ticket, you're listening and you bought a ticket to RetroMagic, you will certainly, as always, get our updates via email. We always blast out to everybody, just like we blasted out this tonight's movie night. So stay tuned as we get more information and we narrow those days down. So we don't know the length. We don't know when it's going to be. We do know there'll be a movie night. Tony might invite us all over to his house for all 6 of us that can fit in his room. Yeah. Fit in his theater. So, but, all right. So with that said,
I want Haston to take us all to that pancake place with the melted butter. There's a pancake place with melted butter that he takes people to.
Ooh. Where they just come over and pour it right over.
They literally bring you cups of butter, like the way that they do in movie theaters.
Oh my god!
But it's like just melted butter.
Like putting your pancake under a butter machine.
People who visit him always go there, and I'm like, Rob, I don't care when D23 Expo is. We're different than them. Everybody's gonna have to fly back out there.
Sorry, you have to go twice.
I'm not interested in what's happening on Hulu or whatever else they're talking about.
Exactly.
What the new cruise ship's gonna be.
It's coming in 2032.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. All right. Well, that wraps up episode 100. If you're watching, stay online. We're going to do some media presentations here. But thank you very much for listening. As always, you can give us a shout out if you can on iTunes or wherever your favorite podcasting app is. And Hal, do you have any new shirts? I know we've been busy, but is anything that if they go to RetroWDW.com/support us, is there anything new that they might get?
You know what? We haven't had anything new because we have been busy. But there's such a cachet of wonderful old things for you to explore, and there's probably 60 designs I think there to choose from.
Yeah,
including if you didn't get a RetroMagic T-shirt.
Yeah.
At the event or before the event, you can still get one. In fact, you can get I think every RetroMagic design that we've done for all of our events.
Yeah.
So you can have one for every day.
That's
of the
right.
Week,
That's right.
Monday through Friday. Casual Friday. I couldn't think of a better thing to do than wear a RetroMagic T-shirt.
Maybe we need a 3D one for Paul, just the 3D on the front. So who knows? But check it out at RetroWDW.com/support us. And also pay attention to our website and social feeds. We should be announcing some new donor levels and some leftover gifts from RetroMagic that we have extras of.
And we cannot step out without, we will forget some. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Tony Passero. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Bunny. Thank you, Stacy Hargett. Thank you, Brooke, for flying in from Japan to make this event happen. Who else? Come on.
Jason Bartell.
Lily, Jason Bartell, Yvonne, Keith Buzek, who flew in from Hawaii and then is sitting there sweating with me, setting that place up on Friday.
Lily, Kieran.
Yeah.
If we're forgetting you, I'm like thinking about Art Lyons, who brings everything there. Like just
the Miles George with the video.
The Miles family, George Lenahan,
Matt Fussfield.
Matt Fussfield. Yeah, like it's just we could not do this without that crew. That
I still owe Matt for the bagels and cream cheese too. So please send us your receipts and bill.
They did get eaten this time.
They did. We did. He bought the right amount, which was great. So. But yeah, if you're listening, please send in your receipts.
Rob's the pizza delivery lady who finally found us on Saturday. Yes.
Yeah, that was clutch. That was very nice to have that day. But yeah, it was a lot of help made it happen. That's for sure.
Yeah, it made everything go smoother.
It wasn't just the four of us running to rent boats anymore.
It takes a Millennium Village.
Oh,
yes, it
look
does.
at that. Look at that. I like that. I like it.
All right.
With that, thanks everybody. And Brian, take us out.
See you next time.
All right. Well, that ends the audio-only portion. Yeah, now we're going to get into
Are we going to hear recording has stopped?
Yeah, I could do that because it's going to be recorded on YouTube. So hold on, because we started with that, might as well. Where'd my little Zoom thing go? That's not that. There we are. Oops.
Wait, are we off the air? Or are we on?
No. On the air,
we're
but
still live. But
he's recording the audio for.
So
Zoom audio for the podcast.
So for the next podcast
recording
release,
stopped.
that is
there we go.
There it is. Recording has stopped. So I thought we could have a little fun. First of all, how and I and everybody actually we got to, as we always do as brothers, it's tough putting this thing together, and we all get a little stressed, and we all kind of have pick our little digits at each other, and why did you do this, and we're always making fun of each other, and it's true though, right?
We're four guys.
We're four guys. It's a stressful time to put this together, and I started to have a little fun with it. So I wanted to show you.
I know what's coming.
Yeah, I wanted to show you the progression of RetroMagic. So just give me a second here so I can bring this up properly.
I may need to get another glass of wine.
I gotta set this. You can get another glass of wine if you want, but I have to set it up by telling you. At the first time Todd dropped some AI artwork in front of us for like our consideration, it was an alteration of something Hal had done. And for those of you in the art community, that's like the equivalent of like cursing somebody's mother. And Hal reacted, I don't think Todd expected the reaction, but Hal, that's soulless and don't ever do that again.
I was having fun.
So naturally what then happens is Todd begins to create AI artwork on a daily basis and just keeps dropping it into the chat, trying to push buttons. That's how we get our release, by getting somebody else to pop off.
Exactly. So what we have here, let me just make sure I get all my things up here. I got to see the look. Hal's gone silent. He's turned his camera off. He does not want to be a part of. He's going to get
wine.
He's like, I gotta get something now. Let me pull up the live streaming comments here. So this is a progression of a number of different. This is us planning through the whole thing. So just be careful.
I was not involved in this session. Clearly, it was it's Hal, JT, and Todd.
Creepy Mickey on the desk there.
Yeah. How far back are we on the streaming software? By the way, how far back are we on the stream?
I'm looking at the first picture.
Good, because it slowed down on my other one. So, and these are all created from one set of photos. So we're getting more and more.
For some reason, I look like Scott Dieter here instead of myself.
Exactly.
And Hal looks like Anderson Cooper.
Right.
Now, JT looks like a guy trying to sell you a Chevy.
Yep.
I got to go see my manager with these numbers.
Yeah, why does JT age 20 years? I don't know. How you and I look the best in this one here. I just think, I mean,
Brian,
look at me.
The future world.
I've got some latent.
Well, that's where you're morphing into Nathan Lane.
I think he's doing one of them Michael Westmore transitions.
Look at the extra hand on this next one coming up from Hal, from the back here. So, which is hilarious. So I'm waiting for it to switch. I know you guys can't. I should have shared this a different way, but is it coming through yet?
Oh my, there is a third hand.
There's a third hand coming up. Yep.
That's hi, Matt. I'm Max. I'm Fred's hand.
Exactly. And then now the next one, we're getting even more and more serious.
Horrible. These are horrible. Let's just end this section. This is awful.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, somebody says the attraction posters in the background. That's next
this one. Hal's got an extra head.
He's got an extra head.
This is horrible.
Now things are getting. If you notice on the next couple slides,
that's Hal's frozen head.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're gonna start to see some purple fanny packs come into play, because this is where at the time, and we're getting more mad at each other, and
oh Lord.
And then we have some art coming up as well. Some
Look
art
at my
versions.
hotel contract.
it's a hotel contract. It's not even spelled right.
Exactly. Now, gentlemen, you haven't seen all these because these are sitting in the trash can.
I like that he's just sitting there telling AI, make them angrier, make them angrier.
So we and later on, after we get past this, you're gonna see.
We call this one RetroMagic.
Yeah. You're gonna notice that we're into a ballroom here as we get closer and closer.
I feel like you reached the point where it quit doing real pictures, and it was like, I can just draw it for you.
Yeah.
That's it. Because after a while, it gets. Oh my God! There's the flyer.
The flyer, right?
To me, I'm melting. I'm the guy from Indiana Jones melting.
There's one with a hotel contract, and there's another one with the ticket sales.
JT's got some roid rage going on.
Gosh, this is horrible.
Yeah.
His
There's two of me
popping out of his neck.
All right, I'll pause on this next one coming up. I know they're moving quickly through.
Just keep them moving.
Okay. There keeps being two of me. And this one's got two JTs.
The problem is I would send one and it just wouldn't work, and I'm like,
so gross.
Some of it's good and some of it's
coming
terrible.
out of the table there.
I mean, what?
Why is there so many books strewn about? Like what?
How are the projectors sparking? There's nothing flammable in them. Are you using nitrate film?
It's all just going up in flames.
G-Poot Center there on the back.
Yep.
That's my favorite theme park.
G-Poot
Center.
RetroMagic Zero.
All right, and we're going to get to this one coming up here in a second. This is when Hal and I were fighting over Pantone colors.
This one, we all went 80s.
We'll pause on this one.
This is like Tom Morris's
Hitler mustache in that one?
Oh my gosh! You're wearing the.
And Ziza's a very good design.
Oh, there's the. That actually does look pretty good of you, Todd.
Yeah, it gives me a lot of muscles.
Yeah, the face is a little.
Yeah, I'll take the extra muscle, but this is us fighting over Pantone colors. Yeah.
There's the tapes.
And then we had to figure out which purple, so
extra hand.
Look at the piles of on this next one coming up. Look at the piles of fanny packs behind us.
I don't have a fanny pack.
I'll get you one.
I don't have any souvenirs from this event, actually.
I don't have a fanny. Think how bad.
Oh, then we have the Miles. We have the Miles family packing things too. So, but yeah, so a lot of fun different things there that we've done. And then there were some of these too. We were trying to make some fun.
Mountain of fanny packs.
We were trying. I was just playing around trying to put all the Imagineers into the Norway picture here. So I thought it would be fun if we could somehow get the Imagineers in here, but there's a number of them. They're pretty funny actually when you do it. But
it's on the wheel.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
There's actually one though that came out incredible. Let me see if I can find it because it actually does work, and you can see how much. Oh, here it is. No, it's not that one.
One Russell Brower holding the whatever, the wheel. I don't know what that's supposed to be. The valve.
I think it was the oil thing or something, right? Isn't that what it was?
The oil derrick?
Yeah, the oil derrick. That's what it was. Yeah. So, okay, hold on. Let me turn this off.
That off of there.
Yeah. There's there is one that came out great. Let me see if I can find it because it actually was acceptable. Where was it?
While he's digging through these, yes, I am aware, as I got multiple messages, that the little Discord server the one night, somebody took a little screenshot of me when we were outside getting the pizzas delivered. And JT, we were out there so long, my sunglasses had turned dark.
Oh, cool.
And they just took my very hot, annoyed, waiting for this pizza delivery person to show up. Just my face and this look, and I got various people telling me, "Oh, you look like a Secret Service agent. You look like a security personnel. You look like a hitman." I particularly enjoyed the ones that said I look like a mafia hitman. So,
all right, here's the one that I thought actually came out pretty good. Is it popped up yet?
Not yet.
Okay, must be a little behind. I gotta reduce the delay.
Yeah,
on this
you have
thing.
like a 20-second delay tonight. So
Yeah.
there's Russell playing the guitar.
Yeah. See,
now that looks like a mural that you would see as you boarded a Princess cruise ship, on the inside the front gate.
Or if you were getting on a Viking ship somewhere. So.
Or the sign that says gyros in the mall at the food court.
So, all right. The next thing I have here, let's see. This is
Who's that to his left?
Who knows?
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yes.
So let me see if I do this through. This might be better if I do a share with you guys of the Google Drive screen, right? Now you should be able to see the Google Drive, but now I've got a window capture. Let's make sure. This is why we don't know what we're doing sometimes. So don't worry if they're frozen. This is all part of the plan. We have to just add a window capture to, let's see here. Where is it? Publisher. Zoom, live streaming. There we are. Okay. This should work. So gentlemen, you should be able to see my screen, and then you'll see we're going to share what goes on there. So Brian, are there any particular photos in here you want to share, or anything you can think of? This is your folder here.
Oh, my folder. Well, I like the one of all of us by the sign, or all of us and Tammy by the sign. That was a.
I don't have the Tammy one
right,
here.
Yeah, on the left there, you have the.
There we are.
That's us, and because we never think to do that, and that was right before we took to the stage. This was the end of the day where Kim Murphy wanted to hug all of us.
Exactly. And then, we forgot to talk about Tom Nabby's jacket, too.
His 5-timers jacket.
His 5-timer. Let me see. Oh, here's the one with Tammy. There we are. Got it there. And then, let's see. Let's see if we have let's see, what did Jason take pictures of here? Oh, we've got some photos of, this is at the Living Seas Lounge.
Yeah. Oh, so this jacket. I wore my coral jacket because we were going to be amongst the coral, and I'm in Florida and all that's going on. This jacket we're walking in that night. Now I have that on. My friend Ashley's got her dress on. Gary went full on, like, Florida tropical. He's got his pinks and his tans, and so we're like dressed to the nines. And we get a car drops us off. We're walking into Epcot, and as we start walking by groups of people waiting for either buses or cabs, we would turn to each other and go, "What time are we on stage again tonight? How many shows are we doing?" Because we're just like, we're dressed in these ridiculous outfits. So they think, oh, they must be with entertainment or something. So get up to the front and you walk through security. And I have my phone and my keys out. And when I walk through the security barrier, the guy goes, "Sir, could you step over here?" I looked at him. I literally said, "Are you kidding me? In this outfit, you think I'm coming in here?" I mean, come on. All the security people were laughing.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. That's funny. So let's see, Brian. Let's see. This is Jason's folder here. He got some pictures of. This is the Lake Buena Vista room here. A lot of nice photos of different things. So we've got
good stuff in the lake.
Yes, in the room. Doesn't want to go further than that. Okay, fine.
The fruit plate was nice. The fruit platter.
Oh, there we are. There's some of the fruit.
Fruit salad.
We got the fruit, the Mickey waffles, and then we had pillars this year. This we didn't know. This looks like it was during Paul Osterhout's session. We didn't know what to think of the pastaroni, but if we have any feedback, please send it along. It was it was an add-in at no charge for us, but it added a little visual impact. Oh, that's all right. JT, what do you have in your folder here? Anything?
I got a lot of random stuff.
Random things. Oh, you took a picture of the whatchamacallit model.
Yeah.
Which was neat. This was a hobbyist creation. Other pictures of the room. There's Lily helping out. Oh, the little chocolate mousse balls from these were good.
We if you click on that one with the sign there up a little bit, it was a great sign, which clearly is old, and
the Living Seas is not open at this time.
Definitely not.
Yeah, that's 90s.
Yeah. And
the tooth there that made it home.
Oh, the tooth. Oh, yeah. Look at that, right there.
Oh, wow.
She fashioned it into a cup from the water station.
Yeah. Now Matt sent a lot of photos here. Hopefully, we'll see Tom Nabby's fifth jacket somewhere. Oh, this is the storage unit. So. Oh. That's what it's like loading the storage unit. Hopefully, I can pull up Yvonne's video to end.
Oh, the video. How about the one I made that we posted?
You send it over to me. I'll get it.
I can put it in the chat if we just
Got
give me
some
a minute
more photos here. Let's see. So here's some photos from dinner. Tony, this must be when he's telling about Wizard of Oz. Well, they actually with the Scuba Mickey. I don't know this. Oh, this must be one of those panoramic ones. Okay, so let's see. What did I have? I took a bunch of photos. Oh, here's setting up. And then this is quite the operation we had behind the scenes this time. If you guys didn't get to see it, there was quite a bit of equipment.
All right, I just dropped it in the Slack chat.
Hey, you know what? As long as I'm going to give a shout out to Cowboy, who was our audio.
Oh, wonderful!
My gosh,
man, that guy was pro. What a fantastic,
absolute best guy that we've ever had on audio. There, it was amazing. He knew what it was. Knew what to do. All right, so you dropped it in the Slack. Hold on one second.
It's in the Slack, episode 100 Slack.
All right, let me go to that channel.
Haston also sent me the pictures of me watching the pizza delivery, so I'll send one of those over for you too.
All right, so let me download this, and then
we neglected to mention big thanks to Jimmy for our art. We had
yes
the event, and then the amazing live auction he took over.
Yes,
we
might have been the highlight of my whole event because it was just like
well, we started it, we didn't know what we were doing.
I've never done a live auction before.
Yeah, I should say, so that was, I think, perhaps one of the most awkward things that we've ever done. And while the four of us understood intrinsically the importance of the live auction, we have never done that and had no freaking clue how to do it.
No.
Yeah.
And so Jimmy was put in the odd position of having done
auction
off his own stuff.
Yeah.
I feel terrible, but we would have blown it horribly.
And then George following him around like it was supermarket sweep with camera was unbelievable. Like I looked back at our screen behind us and I see this like high energy. It was just it made it worth it. I think it was awesome. But thanks to Jimmy for doing all that.
Here you go, Brian. Here's Jimmy, your.
We promise next time one of us will know how to do this properly, and we will do it the right way.
We'll be on his home turf next time. So,
Brian, you look like Secret Service here with the police.
That's exactly it.
Look at that. It's like you're shepherding them in.
And so what they've done in the Discord is they zoomed in on like just my face and made like an avatar of it. And
oh, that's great.
Yeah. There it is.
There it is.
The secret pizza, because we're not allowed to have outside food.
That's right.
In the catering facility.
Pizza man, secret.
All right, so here's
please, no questions, no questions. Salt pepperoni, no questions.
Here's the video, and this is basically putting Gary to bed. So.
Well, that's another Retro Magic in the books. See you later, Gary, in 2 years.
Waited 2 years into California.
See you in California.
California, here we come high in the skyland.
Palm trees and warm sand.
Though sadly we just left Rhode Island.
We did what?
Just forget it. I'm moving right along.
Hey, LA, where have you gone?
There we go. Not going to Saskatchewan. Going to LA. Well, gentlemen, anything else to go over? Any questions from the audience out there that we haven't answered? We may have bored them.
How many people have stuck with us?
It's amazing. 103 right now. We peaked at 117. So that is awesome. We had some dips, and then they came back.
We had some lows.
Besides me.
It's a high and low. Let's say the low for the night was 100 during
it was 0 when we started.
Well, I'm saying once we started, But no, it was a wonderful time putting this together for everybody. I'm sure a lot of you will listen to this again once it hits the airwaves as a podcast episode. But really a big thank you to everybody who came. And if you didn't come, if you've donated, really, really thank you very much, because without any of that support, we would not be able to put any of this on. All the money that you donate to us goes into putting these together, and the residuals that we have are getting ready for the down payment for the next one, and buying more footage and other things. So apparently I said something that has How just in stitches.
Oh my goodness. He's waving us off.
Yeah, and JT just turned the camera off and said he tapped out. Did I say something?
Somewhere. I missed something somewhere.
Hal's not even going to repeat it. Let's see if it comes up in the chat.
Let's wrap up, fellas. Let's get out of here for the night. It's 10:30.
I must have.
Let's get ourselves off the air before we.
Let's say something too bad. So
yes. Christmas
ornaments this year. We have something we're working on. It will probably not make it for Christmas, but there will be an ornament coming out at some point. It will be a late holiday. Let's call it a Valentine's Day ornament. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Give it on your heart tree or whatever it is. So, all right. Well, thanks everybody for joining. How is still cracking up. I think he's still in stitches. So I have to get off the air and find out what the hell I said. With that, Brian, take us out and we'll end this stream. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Happy
night.
Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Bye.